what if I told you that $1 billion is enough to start bending reality around you? Laws, elections, the news, even the way people think. Sounds like a supervillain origin story, right? But no, this is just how the real world works for the ultra-rich. Today, we are diving into the 6 types of power that $1 billion can buy. From Congress to algorithms, from lobbying halls to presidential elections. This isn't a conspiracy, it's just capitalism with a platinum American Express. So what exactly can you control with $1 billion? Turns out, just about everything that matters. But before we break down power, let's zoom in on that number. $1 billion. That's 1,000 million. You could spend $100,000 a day, every day for over 27 years, and still have money left over. And billionaires aren't wasting that on yachts or champagne fountains. Well, not only in that, what they're really buying is influence. Imagine being able to rewrite the rules of Monopoly while you're playing it. That's what legislative power is like when you've got $1 billion to throw around. In Washington, lobbying isn't shady backroom deals anymore, it's basically political Amazon Prime. You want a tax loophole? Boom. Overnight delivery. In 2024, lobbyists spent $4.5 billion, not in hospitals, on deciding what gets into our laws and what doesn't. If that's democracy, it sure comes with a delivery fee. Big Pharma? They're the VIP customers. Eli Lilly and Novatoria started throwing money at Congress the moment someone said insulin price cap. Insulin prices have jumped 1,200% since the 90s. Same drug, new price tag, because when you fund the rulebook, you don't play by it. Big Tech's not far behind. Meta's been cozying up to Congress like your uncle after 2 Bourbons at Thanksgiving. Overly friendly, suspiciously generous. They're not there to shake hands, they're there to make sure no one ever dares regulate their algorithmic empire. So, yeah, $1 billion won't buy you happiness, but it might buy you a custom law that makes your business untouchable. And here's the kicker. These aren't isolated cases. Every major industry is doing this. Pharma, tech, oil, defense, telecom. If there's a profit to protect, there is a lobbyist in the building. And when you look at how many companies are worth more than $1 billion, let's just say it's a crowded marketplace of influence. It's like Black Friday at Best Buy, but instead of TVs, they're fighting over tax breaks and policy loopholes. Lobbying lets you shape the law, but what if you could shape the way people see the law? That's where media power comes in. Controlling media isn't about screaming fake news, it's about deciding what counts as real in the first place. Jeff Bezos didn't buy the Washington Post for the crossword puzzles. He bought a $250 million insurance policy to influence the headlines, not just read them. A 2020 research paper comparing the Post to the New York Times found their coverage of Amazon became significantly softer after Bezos took over. Surprise! Then there's Rupert Murdoch. His empire, Fox News, The Wall Street Journal, The New York Post, doesn't just report stories, it builds narratives. Strategic, emotional, election-shifting narratives. In fact, a University of Chicago study found that simply adding Fox News to a TV lineup caused measurable changes in how people voted. It didn't just inform them, it rewired them. And the new game? Billionaires are quietly bankrolling media you think is independent. Think tanks, YouTube channels, podcasts. They look grassroots, but they're billionaires writing the script from behind the curtain. It's not journalism, it's a billionaire's PR strategy wearing a hoodie and pretending to be your buddy from college. Controlling the media means you can shape the narrative, but what if you could shape people's reality? Not just what they hear, but what they believe? Welcome to the age of algorithms, data mining, and AI, where tech doesn't just serve you, it studies you, and then it sells you. Social media algorithms aren't just showing you what you like, they're shaping what you will like, what you'll argue about, what you'll vote on. TikTok's For You page isn't a mirror, it's a weaponized prediction engine built to keep you scrolling, buying, raging, and repeating. You didn't read TikTok's privacy policy. No one did, but guess what? While you're watching dance videos, TikTok is watching everything else. According to their own policy, the app tracks your IP address, your device model, time zone settings, battery level, and what audio devices are connected. It also collects the names and types of all the apps and files on your phone. That's right, TikTok knows what you've downloaded. And here's the kicker. It tracks your keystroke patterns and rhythms. That's how you type, how fast, how long you pause between letters. It's like having a softcore keylogger in your pocket. Combine that with AI and endless data collection, and suddenly, TikTok knows more about you than your mom or your therapist. This isn't the future, this is right now. Your thoughts, preferences, habits, all engineered in real time by a few tech giants whose mission statements are basically profit first, ethics, eventually. Algorithms can nudge you, but what if you could rewire what society believes is good? What's fair? What's just? Even what counts as truth. Welcome to the softest, sneakiest, most tax-deductible kind of power there is. Philanthropy. Philanthropy sounds harmless, right? Just rich people giving away money, and sometimes it really is generosity, but often it's also something else. Influence, strategy, and power with a tax break on top. Every dollar given away through a foundation is a dollar that isn't taxed. You don't just lower your tax bill, you redirect it. Instead of the government deciding where public money goes, now you decide. You get to fund your own vision of the future with the IRS picking up the tab. And here's the kicker, foundations aren't just tax shields, they're PR machines. You get headlines, awards, speaking gigs, and nobody questions your business practices because you're doing good. By funding health programs, education policy, and even media coverage, foundations shape what society prioritizes. Quietly, permanently, and legally. And the best part? Foundations are often run by the billionaire's own family, so the money stays in the network while the taxes disappear. So next time you hear about philanthropy, ask yourself, is this generosity or is this strategy? Philanthropy can shape values, but if you really want to call the shots, there is a faster way. You just control the money itself. You've probably never heard of Larry Fink, but he controls more wealth than most governments. How? Through BlackRock, a company that manages over $10 trillion in assets. BlackRock and Vanguard together own major stakes in almost every major company you can think of. Apple, Google, Pfizer, Exxon, you name it. But let's talk about the real final boss of money, the US Federal Reserve. You know, the people who can print cash with a mouse click and make the stock market jump like a Jack Russell on Red Bull. In 2020, the Fed printed over $3 trillion in new money. Not to cancel student loans, not to fix infrastructure, but mostly to rescue the same financial system that caused the crash. Remember 2008, the crash you paid for? That happened because financial giants gambled with your future, and when they lost, they got bailed out by you. And today, those same firms are bigger, richer, and more untouchable than ever. Too big to fail, huh? More like too rich to notice you exist? Because when the rich want something, they don't protest, they just wire the money. So you've bought the market, you've influenced the media, you've even shaped public values through philanthropy. But what if you want the final move? The power to pick the people who write the laws? Welcome to the checkout lane of democracy. In the US, elections aren't bought in bags of cash, they are bought with ad budgets, data analytics, and donor networks with more money than some countries' GDPs. Here's how it works. A billionaire doesn't donate to one candidate. He builds a super PAC, that stands for Political Action Committee, and these things can spend unlimited amounts independently. Let's talk Elon. In 2024, while pretending to be politically neutral on Twitter, Musk quietly poured more than $290 million into right-leaning digital media and political influencers. He didn't need to run for office, he just shifted the battlefield, making sure the voices he liked were the loudest, and the ones he didn't were buried under a pile of algorithmic junk. And these aren't just TV ads, this money buys voter data, influencer campaigns, TikTok strategies, and armies of lawyers ready to challenge every ballot they don't like. All of it technically legal, all of it sold as freedom of speech, and all of it turns democracy into an auction house. So when someone says every vote counts, sure it does, just not equally. So, can $1 billion buy power? You've seen it, from writing laws to shaping what people believe to literally choosing who gets to run the country. The ultra-rich use money to shape the system. The rest of us, we're just trying to survive within it, one 8-hour shift at a time. If that hits closer to home, we've got another video digging into how that 8-hour workday was never meant to help you. Check it out next, and links in the description. Hit subscribe. This channel breaks down the systems that break you.